Hello everyone, it's You Got Nerf, and this is a video review of the Nerf Raptorslash out of the Dinosquad series, a spring-powered top prime blaster that actually has slamfire. Let's get into it. Pretty cool pack. Let's start out with our blaster overview as normal, starting up front, and no in-strike barrel lug, no attachment point of any kind. Getting down to the cylinder here. This is cylinder fed. The capacity of this blaster is 6. To load, you simply front load in like that, and then you'll turn the blaster and then just do like that. You can feed in from any side, doesn't matter, unlike with some other cylinders that didn't pop out of this cylinder. Sometimes one side is more obstructed than the other, so it's best that you feed it in one side. This one you can feed in either side and it works fine. Capacity of the blaster is 6 rounds. Cylinder rotation works pretty well. So no comments on that. No tactical rails anywhere on this blaster. Lay bummer. They have enough plastic to do it. Up top are fake like little raptor spikes and whatnot on here. Makes it look absolutely sweet, but does not aid in performance or anything like that. Getting back to the back, this blaster is spring powered to prime the blaster. You pull back like that, you're ready to fire once. The blaster does have slam fire, so if you hold down the trigger and do that, you're able to fire off a shot when the priming handle reaches the forward position, just like any other slam fire blaster. I would surprise that this blaster had slam fire. This was one of the blasters I had no knowledge of going into it, which is usually bad juju. Going into a review, you should be trying to look up all the knowledge, do some research into a blaster beforehand. This was the one that I just picked up quickly from Goodwill because it looked cool. I've heard a little bit about and decided to try. I didn't do any research on that, so I was surprised when it had slam fire on it. The slam fire works fairly well. I think something like a Disruptor or Strongarm slam fire is a little bit more reliable than this thing. I did have a couple issues with the slam fire, with the slam fire priming handle, like locking in place, but that could be for me not pulling it all the way back, something like that, but it rarely occurred during my testing procedure. But prime weight, pretty normal for elite blasters and other blasters of the type. And now getting down to the grip is very good, well proportioned, fits my hand very well. I think small hands and big hands would like this grip very much. I think that it fits well, works well, comfortable, all of that stuff. There's just extra plastic all the way down here. Getting down to the trigger pull is a little bit tight, but it works. Like I said, the blaster does have slam fire, so in order to operate that right, you have to pull down the trigger and then rack the slide just like that. Nothing really else to go over with this blaster. It's a lot of cosmetic pieces, and for the cosmetic, it works really well. Let's see it out on the range. Today, we're going to be using the Dart Zone Nitro Shot darts. Now we're going to use slam fire. And lastly, we're going to do single fire, but with a variety of different darts, some hero darts, some elite darts, some nitro shot darts, a mix of stuff. Firing analysis and conclusion of the Raptorslash. The blaster fired fairly well. In my firing demo, I didn't have any issues with the slam fire. This one, but like I said, in my testing procedure, I had 1 or 2 occasional lockups. With that, I can overlook that. I think that's my unit as well. It was thrifted from Goodwill, so I can expect some margin of error whenever having a thrifted blaster. Sometimes you may not have a pristine unit, but my unit worked pretty well for even being thrifted. Chrono data with the nitro shots and elite darts got about the same average of about 60 FPS, which is way below what we can expect from normal elite blasters on the market right now at 70 FPS. But this is not really a primary. This is trying to be a secondary type of blaster, like a sidearm. And for that role, it's all right on the velocity. There's some other sidearm blasters that have better velocity than that, really, but it's okay. Definitely not a primary. Plus, I doubt you would want to go as a six-shot cylinder-fed blaster as your primary, really. So that's the information that I can give to you based off of that. But down to my personal opinion on this. Now, the blaster works as expected, therefore my opinion on that part is positive. Overall, my opinion on the blaster is still pretty positive with it. It looks good, it fires pretty well. I think that it does what it's supposed to do. Really, where my opinion now is going to come is into my recommendations and stuff like this. I don't find myself using this blaster. I'd rather use a Strongarm or a Disruptor. In that case, that's what I would recommend to you guys. I think that this is just a little bit of a big bulky package with just a lot of aesthetic to it for it being something like a discount Strongarm or Disruptor. Quite honestly, you're going to get better performance out of one of those two if you want a dedicated sidearm. That's performance-based nerfers. People who are looking to just plank or have fun, you might find some fun in this, and for that purpose it works really, really well. I can vouch for that as well. There's really no reason to avoid it unless if you're performance-based, and then there's a bunch of other options that I would recommend you look at. So this one is another one of those that it's like, it seems like that it's just a copy of what it came before it, but really just more aesthetically tuned, if you know what I mean, where I'm trying to get at with that. There's really no, like, it's not really bad, it's just there could be more to it, right? The performance could be better. There could have rule. You could have put a tactical rail on the priming mech like the Maverick had, which I don't really agree with putting a rail there, but you could have done that just for the coolness. You dedicated 100% of your plastic into literally just being aesthetically pleasing, then you were into like practicality, which maybe for Hasbro might have worked for some of the marketing ploy. I mean, I picked it up for like $3 at Goodwill, so apparently they got somebody on that. But yeah, so I would say that there's really reason to avoid it unless if you're really a more performance-based nerfer like myself. Then you should probably look into other options, but by itself the blaster is not really that bad. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.